Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today, I'll be recapping Real Housewives of Durban season 5, the reunion part 1. It's being hosted by Mable, and he welcomes everyone. And then he points out that, you know what, there's a missing person here who is Nonku Williams, and we are going to have her in spirit. And they bring a cardboard of her, and then as the show goes on, Lo makes a comment, and she's like Nonku, and I'm just like, this girl is actually a bit funny if you think about it. But yeah, the girls laugh and all of that, and then he also addresses Angels, the fact that she has closed her gap, and she has done it in Turkey. So all the time when he refers to her, he just keeps saying, "Welcome back from Turkey," and it just banter, I guess, of some sort. And before it started, Fafa is the new lady. Fafa called her friend Minnie, and Minnie said that she has said everything that needed to be said. The reunion is for people who did not say anything. They said stuff in their diary session. But I'm like, this is not true, because in her own reunion, she said that she is apologizing because she couldn't make it to the reunion because of a family thing. And it just shows that Minnie is actually a liar, guys, and a bully at the same time. Because the stuff that we found out about her, and this is probably the last time I'm going to talk about this, we found out that she was showing the middle finger to Londi all the time at the boat cruise. And I was wondering, why is Londi crying the other time? I'm like, why is this girl crying? What else happened? And then, because remember, they don't show us everything, right? So when the twins apologized to her on the boat, and then apparently during that whole time, Minnie was busy showing Londi the middle finger. Guys, this girl is a real bully. But apparently, according to social media, she has always been like this. But I wonder, why was she acting like it's a sensitive thing? She was crying about it. Because I mean, like, just if you're a bully, wear it on your sleeve, girl. Bully people and take it by the chin. Come to the reunion, do everything proper so that we can see that you are a real bully. Unless if I think that's what she doesn't want to be part of this thing anymore, I guess, because that's the only way to sign out. But anyway, they start talking about other things that are related to this, which is how does Sorisha feel being not having Nonku there. And then she says that, you know what, I even tried to make her see, like, girl, I'm going to be the only one that has been to to all the reunions when you have not been. You can't let me beat you and stuff like that. And then they ask about that editing thing that I always say, it doesn't make sense that when people keep saying, yeah, the edit was bad, but you did the thing. You said the words, you did everything else, but now when it comes to being edited in, you're like, no, they didn't edit everything, but Ayanda, the twin, said that there are some other things that didn't make it to the card, and that's how she feels about stuff. And you know what? Londi comes in and says the stuff that needed to make it to the show made it to the show. But it seems like Ayanda had other things that they did that did not come for us to see. And then Fafa as well feels the same way. But I guess I understand where they are coming from, because I know that you can always review your managers and stuff like that. But if you're now reviewing the company, you might as well leave. If you feel like that, you might as well be Minnie in this case, or be Nonku. Anyway, they talk about that Jojo and Sorisha's fixing of their relationship and how she feels about it, and stuff like that. And then the fact that Ujojo confronted Sorisha about her being a backup singer, saying that she's a backup singer, and she's like, no, I had to address it because it kept going on and on. And you know what, my Blair was busy pitting these women against each other, because he said even the other women have said that you are too quiet, you are going back into your shell, you are being sort of like a backup singer to Nonku. And Angel, apparently she's part of the people that have said it. She addresses it and say, I was not gossiping because I also had told her in person that, girl, you need to get out of the shell. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to talk about the stuff that impacts you and all of those things. And then he asked Lo about their relationship she had with Nonku and why their pastoring relationship couldn't work and all of that. And Ulo and that chicken thing at her event that was hosted by Minnie when we got introduced to Minnie. She is like, oh, okay, so they're part of the reasons why she thought that Nonku was not dressed according to the theme and the fact that she was also late. So those things rubbed her off the wrong way and she was not trying to inherit beef between Sorisha and Nonku. But guys, where is the beef between Sorisha and Nonku? Maybe in the previous, in the previous season, it was there because in this season, they seemed cordial. They even had lunch together. They were even advising each other on raising kids. So I don't know. I wonder how, if she really inherited the beef, Ulo, how she felt watching all of that thing play and all of that. And then Sorisha says that she did not inherit any beef because she got introduced to Lo via Londi. And I'm like, she could have still inherited the beef. Okay, sometimes when people inherit the beef, guys, we don't tell them, inherit the beef. You just feel like, oh, I'm closer to this housewife, so I might as well be like, Yeah. And with regards to Jojo and Nonku's relation and Jojo and Sorisha's relationship and stuff like that, they're now comparing their houses. I don't know if Sorisha felt like Jojo was overshowing her house and all of that. Now they started comparing their houses, the necklace that she wore, the ring, and the ring was like 60K, and everyone's jaw dropped except for Sorisha. She said 60K, it's not expensive. And I don't know, I couldn't read her in terms of like, is she saying that's cheap, or she feels like, you're spending money on things that I wouldn't spend money on, rings, I spend money on bags, like, but it was nice to see that interaction for us poor people. Anyway, I'm still on Lo and Nonku, right? Lo is like, okay, she can't explain the royal escort theme thing. I wish they had removed it actually, because it just looks embarrassing. It just proves that maybe she was really inheriting the beef. Because if you can't even explain what you mean by the theme, she just said you just dressed. She said it in Zulu, and I'm just like, you're still not explaining. Like, you could say that maybe she didn't stick to the color that the royal family wears. And also, there's no color anymore because, right, we have royal families even in South Africa that do not dress according to that royal escort. But you know what we mean by royal escort. It's not for, unless if someone has improved it and all of that. She could have said that, she even tried to say that that's the dress you wear to lunch and with your friends and stuff like that. But, still not going into details about it, because I feel like she couldn't really explain because maybe it's not there. And also, to show that it's not there, Londi and Sorisha met and they spoke about, and her as well, in their diary session, they did say that they did seem like this royal escort thing, it seems like Nonku did stick to it, but Ulo, because she can't explain it, now she's saying, she was disrespecting people of Nongoma. And then she also spoke about how Nonku dresses. While she is dressed like that during the people, she could have worn a mesh or something with that dress. We didn't have to see the cleavage of the pastor. Of Mamfundis, not the pastor actually, Nonku is the pastor, she's the Mamfundis. But like, we didn't have to see the cleavage. Even talking about cleavage, even for first cleavage, that dress, I don't know. It's those straps. I don't know, supposed to pull up the dress, or is it supposed to let the boobs be out there? Shouldn't be commenting on fashion. I don't know anything. But if someone is going to comment on it and then be dressed like that, they need to stick to the thing. That's why even this guy is trying to remind her that, you know what? you judge the scale that you use to judge other people will be used to judge you, and in this case you are not doing it accordingly as well. I think that's what I would have told her. No, I guess my black can't say that in front of everyone. It just looks wrong. Anyway, they invite their husbands, the support structure of these women, right? And oh yeah, Angel complained about the fact that her storyline that she wanted to address with regards to the previous season. Angel, she wants us to take us back to season 4. She said that she submitted videos of her and her ex-boyfriend to the Real Housewives people so that she can prove that that relationship was not fake. And also remember, Osistaka boyfriend was also here being Sorosha's friend. And she also said that yes, Angel and her younger brother are dating. So what's the problem? Why is she still... I don't think that sometimes you don't need to address social media bullies because they will always be there. Whether we like it or not, they will always be there. So I don't think this thing matters anyway. That's why they didn't show us, but they showed us, they popped them up, just to make sure that Angel is happy. Because why else would they show us? It's not like... And I don't know, why are people so obsessed with people hiring boyfriends? Do people still do that in 2025? Because, I mean, if it's a boyfriend, whether it's you rented the boyfriend or not, doesn't really matter. But I don't think that relationship was... Yeah, but relationship ends anyway. They invited their husbands, and then Ayanda's husband showed up. Lo's husband didn't show up. Viv didn't show up. That's Sorisha's husband. And Fafa's husband showed up. And of course, Jojo's husband showed up, something like that. But anyway, they showed up and they tried to talk about the stuff that has happened and how they feel about things. The shocking answer that I think was shocking for me was Fafa's husband, because he said that since the show, he can't be seen sitting next to women. If he's sitting next to women, people are saying that he's cheating. And you know what? I follow these things. I don't know. It's because of their cheating scandals, obviously, with Fafa and him, that Maple even addressed, and he's still sticking to his guns. He feels like she cheated because she continued to entertain a man that he has said, please stop talking to him, because he had a fallout with him. And it seems like their relationship had like a pause for close to 6 months, because he said 6 months into it, he decided to see someone else. But also, it seems like this guy, before Fafa cheated, he cheated, but he's not addressing his cheating ways. He's only addressing Fafa's one. So, yeah. And people are complaining on social media that it seems like Fafa is trying to control him. How is she trying to control a man that still says that, yeah, she cheated? He's not trying to control him. Guys, she's just being a wife. And also they address the relationship between her and her mother-in-law that seems to be falling off. Guys, there are a lot of people whom their mother-in-laws and them don't get along. And sometimes they try and force it. And also, if I am the mother-in-law and I hear that you cheated on my son, chances of me forgiving you easily are very low, eh? And also this husband, to show that maybe he really wants to cheat in peace, Yeah, he really wants to cheat in peace. He's like, you know what, even before they have tried to get hold of my wife, I've always said no. Mara, maybe before the separation, and because now Fafa also felt like she had a storyline. So, we got to know her and all of those things. And I feel like Fafa, of the newbies, Fafa had the most shocking storyline, that she decided, you know what, I'm going to cover my marriage and make sure that I present a united front, and I'm not going to agree to people saying that I cheated when I feel like I didn't. So that's how she feels about things. But I like Fafa, and she's like, you know what, she's still sticking to a statement of, you have never seen Beyonce do an interview or speak. The only thing she does is to sing. So maybe what she wants to do, and we want her to speak. This is Real Housewives of Durban. Girl, you are not a singer and you are not Beyonce. Of course, you are beautiful, but you are not her, and you are not in the same space. in terms of artistic standpoint of view. And in this case, we want you to speak up. We want you to talk. Maybe you will end up being like Jojo. You start screaming when you need to talk. And yeah, that's why I was saying that between Lo and Ayanda and her, Fafa is the one that brought the storyline. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But anyway, but maybe it's a good thing that Mr. Viv and I don't know, what is Lo's husband's name? Yeah, did not show up because maybe girl Angel there was going to feel more lonelier because people are accusing her of hiring boyfriends. She was going to feel more lonelier. Yeah. Tell me why Precious came back to the reunion. Oh, but it's a good thing she came so that she can get the next season. And they address the Precious and Minnie situation where Precious is claiming not to know Minnie, but then the girls are trying to show us that she's actually a liar or Precious. As much as Minnie is a bully, Precious is also a liar. And Precious can't, I don't know if she can't talk, she should have used Pidgin English. Maybe with Pidgin English she's much better at expressing herself, because I don't understand why anyone would say, what is wrong with overly plucking a wig? No, ma'am, you can't, because now it has patches, and now the other people that needs to install the hair now can't because it's not done properly. Okay. So it starts like this. She comes in and she expressed the fact that she was being bullied and that she didn't know Minnie. And then they tell her that you do know her. And Minnie apparently is the one that forced Precious to post her stories and her promotional wig items that she had, and how she's also claiming that she didn't know who Angel, and they are not friends, and Angel is two-faced. And I think I understand what she means by Angel is two-faced. And she is two-faced, guys, if we are being honest. She was busy giggling with Minnie there and acting, okay, she tried to tell her that you can't do that. But at the same time, like, she's also like acting like, you know what, she's still cool with Precious, when she knew that the whole storyline around Precious and the fact that Precious is not a kind person, she doesn't treat the employees nicely, and you know, everything that was said about Precious, it seems like it was true. Her coming to the reunion just proved that it is true that her but it's, guys, I feel like with her issues, it's just how you look at it. We have bought so many wigs as the black population. Maybe they are running out of natural hair and they are running out of material to make more wigs, and now the hair has gotten thinner. The one that they sell to influencers, or the influencers post, they look full volume, and then when you buy yours, it's thin. It just looks like they should have put an extra layer there so that can have a bit of volume here and there. The one Precious is wearing now, apparently it's 40 inches and it looks good on her. But the one she had sold Ulo, that she knew that Lo is a Real Housewives of Durban cast, and even the wigs that she sold to the twins are now not looking good. Guys, the business is going down. I don't know. And I wonder if the people that she's selling there in Durban are also complaining about it. But anyway, they prove that the wigs that she has been selling are not good quality. They are not good, what. And the one that she had sold to Ulo was overly pre-plucked, and when she's being confronted about it, it's like, yeah, what is wrong with overly pre-plucked hair? Guys, not even here. They start laughing at her. At one point, they're talking in Zulu, and I'm sure she doesn't understand. But Mabler tries and accommodate to Precious. He's a good host in terms of that. Because I just felt like, oh, now they're kicking Precious out of this conversation. Because if they are saying, then how would Precious know? You know what? Lo, I give it to her shame. I don't know. I don't think she was lying. She was just trying to protect Precious' brand. And she didn't want to drag Precious even more, because she's like, oh, girl has been through a lot. Maybe it's high time we give her a break. I like Lo for that. But Angel said, we are not going to let this go. We are going to have this bone. I am going to continue where my friend left off and put Precious down. But anyway, yeah, that's how it ended with Precious having an egg on her face with her good wig that she's wearing, that she sold low, not the good wig. And then they are showing us for the next, for the last part, it seems like they are going to have a blowout. But I like that Londi is also going to address them in terms of, you guys sat there while this girl was busy saying that I'm a slay queen, I let men buy me branded items, so that luxury items, so that I can get to, be with them. That's what she is. She's an artist. She's known. She's also an artist. She has a nice song, and yeah, she has only one song. I don't know. I don't know any of her other songs. She's known as a slay queen, and maybe she should take it by the chin that men see it worthy to be with her in that way, and stuff like that. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching this recap. See you guys in the next one.